we expected some resistance because they'd been such a formidable enemy before. And when the entrance to Sasebo is a waterway that goes for several miles in along from the ocean up along a waterway that goes into the big harbor, and our colonel was supposed to be in charge of the ships docking and unloading supplies. He was the supply officer. And so he decided that we better before we could tell those ships all to go along this waterway with a hillside up above, you better go along there and make sure it was safe for the shipping to come in and go into the harbor and look around and see what's there. So he got in a landing boat and took some of us as messengers with him and got in this little landing boat and went chugging up the waterway for the several miles into the harbor. It was completely deserted. The people had taken off for the mountains expecting to be raped and plundered, so there wasn't anybody around there. And so we just went in and looked around and nothing there, so he began to order the ships in, and so the big supply vessels were sailing in later in the day and docking and unloading their supplies, and a lot of supplies that was needed. And then 2 or 3 days later, the people come streaming back from the mountains around. They had expected to be raped and plundered and everything, and when it was proved that the Americans wasn't going to do any of that, why they came back to their homes. But they were very destitute, mostly for food, so it was kind of sad.
How long were you in Japan after that happened?
Some of us had extra dependents, like I had a wife and child, were released to come home early.
So is that like days, weeks, or months?
I think that I was there, let's see, we got there and the war was over in the early fall, and I was there till after the holidays. Got home and it took quite a while because of the slow process of being discharged, and so I was there probably 3 months. Had a nice little servicemen's group. We never could figure out, L. Tom Perry and I, why we didn't meet in Japan. His unit was there in the very same place we were, doing the very same things we were, and they had a little active LDS group of men, and we did too, but we never knew each other there and couldn't figure out ever why we weren't in some kind of contact. We moved around a little bit in and out of the city. We went out to the old Nagasaki, where the big bomb was. Went out there and played ball in the radioactive dust.
Seems a little scary.
Why did you go out there?
I don't know. We never did find out why they sent us out there, because there was nothing there. We went out on a train, and the train went chugging out in a big open valley there, and stopped out there in the middle of that wasteland, and they said this was where the city once was. Stopped, put us off, said they'll send you orders what to do, and so we want you out here to just dropped us off right by the railroad track. The railroad track went through and it was just waste in all directions, where once the city had been.
Oh, can't imagine.
And we were there a couple of days, and like I said, playing ball, trying to do something to pass the time.
So were there people around there or not?
There was no people around there that we ever found.
Wow.
It was just knocked down. In the distance, we can see some steel girders that were kind of sticking up in the air, twisted together from some of the big blast. And after we were just set out there for a couple of days, they said there's nothing to do, we just well bring you back. So another train come chugging through and we came back, and that's all we did was just go out there and look around and do nothing for several days.
Did you have plenty of food and stuff?
Oh yeah, we took supplies with us.
Yeah. Wow.